Let's see.
All right. I'm going to pull up the stream and make sure that we are live. Volume levels look good. Looks pretty good to me. All right, gentlemen. I'll kick us off. Starting with a recap of last session. It's been a little while. I'm so glad to be back with you all in our beloved mythical land of Sharathia. Last time we got together, the party miraculously survived an encounter with Lildisa, the Fey goddess, of whom it is told that the first look upon her face results only in death for all mortals. Their savior, the stranger met many months ago in Grimhaldor, took them to the gnomish enclave of Meadowborough, where they met the king of the eastern glade, Elim Huckleberry. They learned of Ilaria and her sworn vengeance of her father Ilvazor's murder on the night of the Second Astral Convergence. And if she is not stopped, she will wreak death and tyranny across Sharathia. The party has decided to join the ranks of Elim, and how will they plan to stop this terror from destroying their home? We pick it back up, inside the whimsical widget.
All right. Whimsical widget. That's such a fun name. It's so whimsical.
And the party has just finished sharing a drink with Elim and hearing all of his thoughts there. So I don't know if you guys need a refresher on what was said there, or if it was pretty clear.
I just... I'd like to look up at the moth and just inquire visually about its state.
You be a little bit more specific.
I'd just like to see how the moth's doing. How's it feeling?
Give me a perception roll. I'll throw it in the chat for you.
Okay.
The moth seems to be unperturbed by your presence. You can see that it's sort of shying away from the party, and you can get a sense that it's out of a level of reverence and respect for Elim in front of you.
Does it look trustworthy?
Oh, not at all. No. Just as trustworthy as anything else in the Fae. In
It's so fascinating.
Yeah.
Has it potentially had any past business partners or anything of the sort?
I don't think you'll be able to discern that from your perception roll.
Just from a look, you can just see.
Hey, Orphan's got a little doohickey on. No.
That's the business partner's lens.
Yeah. Jarvis, has this man had business partners in the past?
If I may break the fourth wall, Raylan had a unique experience, I think involving a nat 20 with this moth. And I can't recall the exact details, but the moth loved Raylan, I remember.
Yes, you rolled
like he
very
rolled like a
high.
Riz check.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it was getting romantical, I think.
Yeah, he was top dog, definitely. And
Man, what a beautiful moth.
I can't find an angle. I don't have an angle. Perhaps another time.
You what did you roll? You succeeded by 1. I'll give you one more check. Same DC.
Okay.
Come on!
Generous.
Come on!
Success by 0 this time. Yeah, you discerned just as much as you did before.
That's funny. You even gave him another chance.
Well, I might die if I use my hero point, so I've got to keep it.
I'm gonna say it's not a session
There's
unless
no-
somebody uses a hero point in the first 5 minutes
I was gonna say, were you considering
on something out of combat.
Please, I need this.
I awkwardly avert my gaze from the moth.
It was never looking at you in the first place, so
No!
you do this embarrassment free. Yeah.
It would have loved Raylan.
Okay, you know
It
what?
must be weird going back to this square
This
one.
would be easy for you to see. I'll give you a little tidbit. You notice that the moth has perhaps like hired someone with a blade to shave back some of the fur on its forehead just above the eyes. Right about halfway across its scalp. It just seems odd to you. You have no real...
That is so sweet.
You've never seen a moth of this size, so it doesn't particularly stick out as other, but it is like a detail you notice.
That is so
has
sweet.
Has the moth spoken to us at all?
No.
Or have we at all? Okay. Yeesh. Get a look at that thing's hairline, eh?
Oh, come on.
Hey now. No, we
Finn
don't
looks
know.
up. Like,
For all we know, that's normal
the
for
classic
moths of that
peasant cut.
size.
This is sort of the vibe.
Just a little
I love the
extra.
straight up, like just
Yeah, it's
perfectly
intentional. It's
straight
very
up.
intentional.
It's beautifully cut. Like it's,
Yes.
Finn turns over and it's like, yeah, the chicken farmers back home usually sported that type of haircut. If memory serves me right.
that's remarkable. That was part of your general study. That's
Well,
amazing.
I was a kid. And
Right, you've learned a thing or two on the road.
my eyes have worked since birth. I can pick
Well,
up.
you studied in Korra, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Still
Quite
am.
quite diverse culturally. I could see chicken farmers being in Korra potentially.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
You gotta farm
source of
somewhere.
Proteins. And gotta keep our mind sharp.
Korra is quite big on practical education.
Yeah, and sustainable livestock as well.
They do have some good farmland. It's very lush and fertile over there.
It's a beautiful city, really. Like, it'd be a lovely thing to be able to visit at some point.
Great
I mean,
4-H
breakfast
program.
is the most important meal of the day, and the old corn breakfast and eggs, or eggs and bacon.
So many heavy morsels.
Anyway,
I do look forward to the famine to being over. We can go back to eating and filling our bellies like before.
Oh yes. Well, while we're here,
Not to eat fish off the floor anymore, I dare say.
sometimes
I wonder who would
it's
do a
got-
thing like that.
It's got a little extra flavor, I don't know.
You just
Waste
might have
not.
a little extra flavor to it.
Waste not, want not. That's what I say.
Yes.
I've never heard you say that,
Well,
I have no choice
said
but to believe you.
Well, how long have we been traveling together now? It can't have been that
It's only
long.
been a week.
More than a week, surely.
Is it?
Surely.
I'd like to consult. I'd like to consult the clock and running counter on
Right.
So let me get this straight. You're
Bobbins.
trying to consult a clock in Marrowsleaf.
That's a good
yeah,
point.
yes. Orvin is not very experienced with Morrow's Leaf.
Right. You look at Bobbin's clock, and it's just kind of like the hands show different positions, but you can see that they're zigzagged kind of around the face.
What?
Like they've sort
Come
of bent
on.
somehow, and they kind of spin counterclockwise, slowly, and then unwind. Doesn't seem to be
So
fun.
unhelpful.
This greatly disturbs Orvin, and he's tapping on the glass, and he's quite bothered and
Orvin,
and
what's
quite
wrong?
Fixated
Sorry.
on this.
I don't know you weren't done.
You see
He does not respond.
Elim is right next
He's
to
not
you,
responding?
and he says,
Dang.
"Oh, young lad, time doesn't work as it does in the overworld of Sharathia. You shouldn't be expecting that little doodad to be functioning until you get back home."
I'm sorry. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Oh, not
But I-
much does make sense around here. You'll learn about that the more we get acquainted.
Do you have any working clocks here?
No, none at all. We've tried. You can't expect much when you bring gnomes into Meadowborough. That's the first thing that they try and put together. But it just doesn't function. The gears are stubborn in this world.
How do you schedule gatherings?
Well, the wind, of course.
Oh.
Oh,
Of course.
Of course.
He looks at you like, are you delayed? Like, he's not quite sure. And then you can see him forgetting himself and realizing, oh yes, he too was once an ignoramus of the way of the Fae back in his younger days.
could you elaborate?
What would you like an explanation on?
How does the wind tell you the time?
Well, it really all stems down to emotion. You see, when you're in the overworld, you are experiencing a physical reality. And sometimes, when you're in the forests and you see sparkles come off of the trees, you see emanations from the cognitive realms. And sometimes, when you see pixies, those are emanations of the Fey realm. All three realms are vitally important to keep the world spinning, and yet most people only ever experience that of the overworld. That doesn't mean that any other parts are any less important or vital to the functioning of the universe, and it is only a few lucky few that are able to experience the others. I've never experienced the cognitive realm, and I hope I never will.
Hold up. The world spins?
Oh, no, it's flat as a pancake. It's a figure of speech.
It makes no sense.
I don't feel any spinning.
I've made it my life's work to understand some very complex things, and I just can't wrap my brain around that. But I guess I'll see for myself once my clock starts working again. Should we leave this place?
You will learn fairly quickly, considering that you have agreed to an allegiance or an alliance with me, that you and I share something that we had no choice over. We're both quite vertically challenged and come from the same stock. And it is of this stock that makes our brains want to work in a certain way, and you'll have to soon let go of that if you ever want to have a chance at functioning within Mara's Leaf.
Hank from the back is gonna go, I'd function a lot better with a drink in my hand.
Elim smiles at you and says, I see, but perhaps you should wait until you return to the overworld. Your system isn't quite fully yet attuned to the elixirs that are prepared here in the Whimsical Widget.
He's got a pretty strong system.
Oh, yeah, but Hank's gonna put a big hand out and he's gonna go, are you calling me a coward?
Make a diplomacy check, please.
Okay. Diplomatic. That was good.
Elim has a twinkle in his eye as he looks at you, and he doesn't break the gaze, but he kind of flutters his fingers, and suddenly the bar behind you whirs to life, and the moth begins to prepare an elixir and a brew, and she starts to take all of her different appendages and pull vials out from behind her and dip them into the barrels on either side of her. And she begins to plop them and pour them into this whimsical, if you will, widget. No. Into this illustrious rainbow concoction. And she looks over, as she's pouring the last vial, you can see her two black, dark eyes make contact with Elim. And he looks at her and he goes, gives her a nod.
Oh,
and
jeez.
she lets the last bit, bloop, and she fills a glass and puts it down in front of you. And something that sticks out to you is that as she's moving and passing this glass of elixir in front of you, it's silent, despite her gargantuan size. You can't even hear the air splitting as her massive appendages move throughout the space. And it strikes you as odd. And there is a beautiful rainbow elixir set in front of you, Hank.
Dang.
I'm gonna go, thank you, barkeep. And I'm gonna waft. How's it smell?
Like any chemist would.
It smells
Yeah,
like
it's new.
playgrounds a little bit. When you were just
Oh,
a little minotaur, or maybe it smells like one of the less challenging mazes that you first started
Right.
on as a young little guy.
nice. Well, I'm gonna hold it up to a limb and the party, and I'm gonna cheers. And I'm just gonna take a big old swig.
All right, roll D100, please.
Oh shit!
Oh shoot! This is gonna be funny. He might
it
just
is.
turn blue.
Did somebody make a joke about a bull in a china shop yet?
Suddenly, you hear. Obviously, your characters wouldn't know what this sound is akin to, but it sounds almost like a steam engine horn. Shoo!
What?
And suddenly, you see smoke begin to pour out of Hank's ears, and he starts to breathe. And Sigrun, you look down at your green skin as you sit next to him, and you can see it starts to turn a reddish glow.
Me?
You have a hard time feeling temperatures, but you quickly realize, oh! And you jump back.
Oh shit!
And
No way!
Hank, you now have a furnace aura that emanates around you. I'm going to need you to roll a d4, please.
What? That's so
Hell yeah.
crazy.
Hank has hot aura.
For the next 4 hours, and I will have to decide what this means in Morrow's Leaf, you will have a 1d4 damage radius around you by 1 square.
What? That's so crazy.
This affects
alright.
friendlies as well.
Just so you guys know, for the next 4 hours, I'm slow walking everywhere, with like my shoulders out as wide as I can.
Come on.
So if I catch anybody go into his area of attack there, you will have to roll a d4.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, I'm gonna step off the bar. Pardon me. Perhaps I should step outside. Is the floor okay where I'm standing?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to like melt you through anything. It just seems to be an aura that is radiating around your immediate personal space.
The tree starts to smolder.
The whole place goes up in flames.
Hank lights Morrow's Leaf on fire.
Does he look any different? Like,
Yeah,
is he
yes,
like glowing or something?
The smoke is trailing out of his eye or out of his
Really?
ears.
Like just like
Nice.
fiery, like
Yes.
a Balrog.
Yeah, he's got a bit of and you can sort of
That's
see a
so
distortion in the air around him from the heat waves.
What? Like a campfire? Oh,
I'm gonna blow O's.
dude, let's go fight somebody, bro.
Oh my god, Hank is the vape god.
Doing some jellyfish.
Could you imagine blowing O's to this?
Yeah.
Elim
Grimhaldor.
turns to you and says, "Well, you can certainly handle your elixirs. We'll have to try some more next time you're here. But I do have to say, it's about time you got back. It's hard to say how much time will have passed. But before you go, I think it might be important that we deliberate on our plan. You know the threat of Ilaria, and from what you told me, you were helping the dwarves of Grimhaldor and the other people there and had contacted Othron to try and help her. How do you plan to unite these kingdoms and stop Ilaria?" Zarin looks, "I told you they were the wrong ones."
Thoughtful question.
Give them a minute.
Hank's singeing his initials into the bottom of the bar with his finger.
That's an insightful question. Shows your understanding.
Well, we have to regulate the spice trade, and then after we do that...
No, the spice must flow.
Well, Elim looks at Finn and says, "Do you find it to be important that you finish this initial mission?"
Yeah.
"And how will that further our interests?"
Well, whenever you unite unite all these powers to take down the evil, it's always worked in the past in history.
He gives you a smile, but you can see he's sort of trying to hide it.
I don't know how we'll do it, but I have faith in this group.
And I, in
Especially
you.
if we got elixirs like that keep coming.
I don't know if you'll be able to handle more than one at a time, but we'll talk.
I think Hank can handle two, to be honest.
We could get a couple to go, actually.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
you
but
have
I
to go,
don't. I don't think any of this will stand the test of the travel between Morrow's Leaf and the overworld.
Well, with this group, it wouldn't make it that far anyway.
Somebody's got to try.
It's for the best.
I'm cutting you off, he says.
For science!
For science.
Please! We're just here to drink.
Yeah, Elim is slowly coming to the horrifying realization that he's hired a group of raging drunks and substance-dependent adventurers.
Where did you guys
He's
get
asking us about our plans, and we're just.
Where did you get
ordering.
these guys? The Cora AA meeting?
Do glow caps count as a substance?
They certainly do. What, you've eaten glow caps?
Me? Oh no, it was Hank.
Guilty.
Make a deception roll, please.
What?
Me? Deceive?
0 point.
Well, I'll never.
Oh.
Elim looks at you and
Your
says, selling out your friends will not bode well for you if you truly intend to take on this quest, young Orvin.
No, it's okay. I told him he could sell me out. Don't worry.
Deception.
I need a deception check from you, Hank.
Dang it.
No.
Oh, shit.
You can see the different patrons in the whimsical widget suddenly kind of stiffen, and you see them begin to sort of gather around you. And
Uh-oh.
Elim puts his hand down, and you can see them visibly sort of ease off a little bit. He says, lying to the king of the Eastern Glade is not wise.
Dang.
It was just a little one.
I'd like to move Bobbin's hand so that Bobbin's holding like a little like down by his side, just visible for Hank. It's like thanks.
I do one of those.
Stealth check. No, I'm playing. Gee, yeah, we shouldn't lie to him. That's so true.
There's a check in it.
Hey, alright.
I didn't mean that. Oh shoot. Oh no, he thinks we're a bunch of rascals now.
Oh,
Is he wrong?
Semkiris
No.
has abandoned us.
Man, I feel so
Elim
embarrassed.
looks at you
So-
and says, go on. Your destiny awaits.
Oh no, Elim.
Is he disappointed?
And Zaorn looks to the group sternly and says, you'd best follow me.
Oh, dang it, man.
He'll come around.
He's not mad. He's just.
I feel like we need to come around. Yeah, I know.
Finn, as you're leaving the table, Elim walks up to you and he says, one more thing for you. You're young, inexperienced, and if you choose to embark on this adventure, you will find secrets that you'll never be able to forget. However, you remind me of someone that I used to know. There's a leader in you. Remember that and live well. And he ushers you to join the rest of the group.
Watch out, watch out.
As he approaches, he can hear me talking to Sigrun, who is expressing his disappointment. Oh yeah, who let the rock talk?
Sigurd hangs his head.
Stupid, Sigrid, stupid!
Don't.
Right. My beard's clacking around like a jewel necklace.
Zaorn looks to the party and says, "Gentlemen, this will be your last time in Meadowborough for the next foreseeable future. If you haven't already, I'd encourage you to look around. There may be some things. I know that Wilner is a shop proprietor, and he may have some things in store that are of interest to you. Come back to me when you're ready to depart, and I will send you back to the overworld."
Oh, careful.
Thank you,
Got
Jalen.
anything for 3 gold?
I'm gonna go say hi to Wilner. Oh yeah, money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stocked his store specially for things in your budget.
For Orvin?
No.
No, not for Orvin's budget.
Oh shit.
But maybe Asher's feeling generous with the party's, 800 gold?
Jesus Christ.
What? No.
Everybody's budget,
I'm
but
not
Orvin.
that rich.
Asher's been nothing but generous. He's given us
That's
everything
crazy.
he has.
That's okay.
As you approach
I'll have this.
the little mushroom-capped house, you see a strange-looking gnome next to you, and he's smoking a pipe. And the smoke kind of, as he puffs it out, he breathes it back through his nose and makes little wisps as he exhales it somehow through his ears. And he looks wide in surprise and gets up out of his rocking chair as you approach.
What are you doing here? You don't
He sniffs.
His ears.
smell like normal?
I'd like to sniff him back.
As you
But just
do,
to be
you can
polite.
see that he bursts into a wide smile.
Would you like to look at my wares?
He says, and he beckons behind, and he goes and opens a door, and it seems to just be one door that opens, and as it does, suddenly it splits in 2, and then 3, and then suddenly this folded door goes brrrr and rolls out to the entirety of the extended house, and affixed
so
to
cool.
each individual panel on this wall is filled with different weapons, knickknacks, potions, pieces of armor, talismans, ammunition, all sorts of different
That's so
wares.
sick, dude.
Immediately, Orvin's taken aback by a wooden staff with mesmerizing gemstone capping it, and that staff of enchantment. All of that, please.
Oh, of course. That'll be
much?
230 gold. Or you could pay with something much more valuable.
Actually, I'm just looking. I'm just here to look.
No. Here, come here, boy, come here.
And he beckons you
Okay.
close, and he's very hasty.
Finn runs over to Orvin and sort of yanks on Orbic and just I want to whisper into Orvin's ear. I've learned a little about what I know about the Fae and their cunning deals and stuff like that through my studies.
Yeah, you would. I mean, I think what you would have known would be through child's fairy tales. That prior to this point, you would have completely discounted as just that, fairy tales. But as things are starting to make more sense to you, you realize that maybe these stories were more than just children's wives' tales.
Hey, just be careful. So, I mean, I never believed this stuff when I was a kid, but here in the Fae, in Marsleaf, they make deals with you for your anything, for your mind, for years of your life, in turn for slavery. Just be really careful and always think that they're trying to trick you, because they are.
Right, years of my life. Got it.
Wilner looks to Finn. He says,
Hey, do you want some candy, Finn? It's just in the back of the house over here.
What? Finn will look. Wait, hold on. Finn looks over and says, "Oh, what kind of candy?"
Oh, everything that your heart can desire. Lollipops, ice cream, cotton candy, woven from the starlight itself.
What?
Whoa.
Bobbin turns up.
Starlight?
Do you want to make a will save?
Hold on. No. No, I can't.
He's visibly
I'll
kind of
think about
disappointed.
Fuddle shucks.
I'll
Anyways,
think about it.
what I was gonna say to you, Mr. Gnome, is that our High King has said that we're supposed to start collecting gold to fund a greater war effort that's coming, but gold is useless here. And it's not often that we see people come through with gold. We've had to go out on our own expeditions and procure it, and I'll tell you, after many, many generations of living in Morrowsleaf, it's not a very comfortable experience for us to go out there, so... Oh!
As he looks over and Asher has purchased... Oh, you sell? Okay.
No, I purchased.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he'll take it off of its rack and hand it to you, and you'll put the gold in his pocket. And as he looks at the gold in his hand, he's kind of...
Fuddle shucks.
You can see he's not super happy, but it's like a greater taxation effort that they've all been forced to adhere to.
So if you don't particularly want gold, say I don't particularly have much gold, and I wanted this striking rune, let's talk.
I might sell this striking rune for a small bit of love.
Is... Well... Dang, that's actually... Okay.
All right.
Finn is furiously going like this.
Do you have an ATM in the van?
Yes.
How did you know I have a van? It's right out back. Yes, so in order to take your payment, I'll have to bring you inside.
He says no.
Oh, shit.
All right, you can take the striking rune and just tell me how much gold it costs you, and I will reimburse you for it. I think it'll automatically do the transaction.
It's 65 gold. Well, wait, no, hang on there, Mr. Merchant. What exactly does some of my love entail?
I'm sorry, my friend, but you've already said it's a deal.
Oh,
There's no going back on deals in Morrowsleaf.
suppose I did. Take my love.
All right, I will give you the striking rune, Mr. Hank. And you sort of blink.
Yeah,
You blink
you'd
and
be doing me a favor.
you try and get a bit of a gauge on what you've actually paid. Love. What possibly could you have traded for this? And you look at your newfound party members and is it love or is it just a very deep fondness for these new brothers? Perhaps. Well, who did you love? You think back to your family and your father. You never loved him much. He was a tyrant. But you did love your mother. But as you think back on her, all you can feel is a cold resentment towards the female minotaur that raised you.
That bitch.
Everyone's like, what?
Just under my breath. No, that's terrible. Well, dang, but you know, I still have a lot of love in my heart, guys. It's, you know, I just love a little less now, but
You
that's
traded
all right.
your love for your mother for a striking rune. That's so wild.
I was deceived.
I forget how to like if we see something, we want to know if it does more damage than our.
I think you just got to
weapon.
look
How
it
do
up,
we look that
and
up?
Archives of Nephis will tell you, like the hit die.
That's so crazy. Gee.
So I gotta get this thing attached to my weapon, right?
That's
I
right,
don't
yeah.
know if I can.
Anyways, back to work, guys.
Yeah, Orovin might actually have the
Oh,
skills to do that if you have magical crafting.
Your guy. Just don't ask me to do any medical stuff.
That's
Fair.
what Sigrun's on board for.
Is anybody a doctor?
Stop.
Secret, I'm a
Orvin-
doctor of music.
Wilner
So
looks
would
over
you
to
have-
the elf next to him and says,
And how about you, my pointy-eared friend? Might I be able to interest you in some of my wares? Or some candy?
Candies? Tempting, but no.
Please, browse, peruse.
Thank you.
he looks at you and says,
Oh, but there's something of yours that I want so deeply. So very deeply. I might be willing to trade a very great item from my collection for it.
What kind of thing?
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
You reek of honor, my friend. And just a small bit of it would go a long way. Oh, fuddle shucks, and I hate elves anyways.
Oh,
Aye, we hate elves around here.
Well, I actually love everybody. I'm not particularly prejudiced.
except your mother.
Right. Don't you say that around me. It's me angry.
Hank now loves your mom jokes. Yeah! Screw that.
Wilner, are you in the market of buying anything?
Oh, what do you have for sale?
I have. How do I put this into chat? I have that thing.
Ooh, a Tengu blade.
Yeah.
yeah. Where was Asher?
That's that's for you to just wonder about.
I will give you 4 gold for this.
Does Finn know any of the deals that went on? Like, do I know that Hank lost the love for his mother?
You just heard him mutter under his breath, "That bitch." That's all you've got from this transaction.
That's crazy.
Okay,
he received the striking rune and went, "Oh, that bitch."
There's no way.
That's awesome.
How about the Talon?
Oh. I'll give you 6 gold for that.
It's a deal on both of them.
All right. You can add 10 gold to your inventory. By the way, he gave you list price for those items.
Okay.
Very, very unusual when selling items. Usually you get about 50% of list.
Wait.
I'd hey Wilner, could we go just in the back there?
Oh, alone, yes.
Oh,
just for a moment. And I would like to discreetly show him my glow cap.
Show him your what?
Whoa. Whip out my glow cap.
If it's
And,
glowing, you should probably talk to a doctor about it.
He looks at it and goes,
What?
Does this have any value?
he looks
I'd
he
like
looks
to
you
hold my face in
directly
my hand.
he looks you directly in the eye, and without breaking his gaze, he leans over to the side of his house and pulls a glow cap off of the wall. He says,
I have one too.
You gonna finish that?
Yes.
and he eats it.
I'd like to look down. Do I see any other glow caps?
Oh yes, they're everywhere.
I'd like to quickly, before he can react, just grab one.
Okay, I'm going
really
to
fast.
need an athletics check, please.
And I'd like to do it staring him down with Orvin and Bobbin just Orvin doesn't look away. Bobbin just grabs
All right, there's a
it.
check for you in the chat. That will be a failure. As soon as you
Okay.
push the lever, you see him, Wilner, just go, "Ah! My glow caps don't touch!"
Does he stop Bobbin's arm?
Yes.
I'd like to leap out as Orvin and grab
Two chances.
All right.
awesome.
I'm going to need another, just same check.
Brilliant.
Okay. -2.
The world.
As you leap out, Zayorn comes up behind you and clubs you on the head with his staff. Bonk! And knocks you over, and you can feel a goose egg growing. And he says, "It is time to go."
Brutal.
Sorry.
Can Finn walk over and just pick up the glow cap?
I'll need a stealth check.
We haven't been good at those today.
Oh my god.
That was
May
a
I have
dirty
two?
DC too.
Just casual.
Such a high DC, dude.
May I have 2, please?
You may pick up 2 glow caps, yes. Miraculously not affected by... or miraculously not seen by the stranger.
Gotta get more.
Alright. The stranger, or now Zayorn, says, "Our time here is up. It's time for you to return home. My faith in you is not great. We will see what becomes of you in the overworld."
Oh.
Well, let us be off then.
I'd like to sniff this massive ramen bowl on our way out.
It smells delicious.
That is pretty nice. Like, dang.
Yeah.
Wilner says,
Get away from that! That's my lunch!
No, I'm just curious where you got that egg from. That's huge.
he looks at you and he spits at your feet.
Get out!
What?
Wow.
No way.
All right, until next time, Wilner. No.
So Zayorn is
That was-
sort of leading you up this way.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone stay away from Hank.
I know, guys, careful. Moldering footsteps.
Just
I'm
the
gonna reach in my
Balrog
pocket.
following us.
Yeah. I'm gonna reach in my pocket. I'm gonna go, hey, what's this? I totally forgot those. I'm gonna grab it in my hand, and in doing so, does it burn?
Oh. Yeah, because you're burning.
Yes, I guess it would. It's just a plant. Okay, as soon as you bring it out, who's in your vicinity?
Nobody.
I was trying to get Sigrun over here, but
As soon
Come
as
on,
you bring it
man.
out, it bursts into flame and lets off smoke around you, and you feel a head rush of head rushes.
Oh my.
There's a substantial euphoric effect that you feel.
Dang.
hell yeah. Everything's on fire around me. I'm just high as hell.
Dude,
Zayorn's just about had it with.
Hank, you ain't all that, bro. That's crazy.
Zayorn turns to the party and says, "I will send you back now, within a similar vicinity of where I left you. When you are needed, you will be called. Best of luck."
So we can pass.
Thank you.
So that's all we're doing is wait.
No, you shall not pass. Get back here.
That's great.
You find yourselves wisped away into a dark forest road, and it seems to be the middle of the night. You can hear crickets chirping and different critters of the forest going about their nightly duties. And
I'd like to immediately check my clock. Sorry.
your clock is functioning perfectly, and it's directly on. Both hands are facing upwards.
Okay. Ah,
Beautiful.
I'll give you the songs after.
I love this music.
That's the clock, by the way.
Oh, right, you actually got that. That's so cool.
It's beautiful.
The clock?
Oh, hey. No, just the vibe here. Hey, Asher.
We decide to set camp and never leave.
Okay. What's
do we know-
emitting the light?
Gotta find out.
There is. It's hard to see through the trees what's emitting the light.
Asher would like to sort of skirt through the trees, keep the shadow, try and have a look-see at what's going on. What's the light?
You can see that there seems to be a settlement of some sort emitting some flickering torchlight.
Alright, now go
Can I
down the other
see
pathway.
anybody?
It leads deep, deep into the forest, my friend.
Ah, shit.
Let's ignore the obvious sign of where to go. Let's go the other way.
Yeah, no, let's do that. Can I see anybody like moving about in the settlement?
You're too far away. You'd have to start walking.
Okay, I would like to, stealthily perform some reconnaissance.
Okay.
So we'll hang back then.
Are there arms behind you as you're running stealthily, or no?
No, that's not. That's how you run fast. That's not how you run sneaky.
Okay.
For sneaky, you gotta run crouched.
And arms back.
No, you have to take like the big dramatic
No,
footsteps, like they do in like the Pink Panther.
Okay.
You're doing this.
All right, Asher, you embark on your stealth ops, and you return back to your group. It's the Pink Panther.
Yeah. Did I learn anything on my
Yeah,
on my
I
stealth ops?
messaged you there.
Oh wait, let me pull that up real quick. Shh. Oh, okay, yeah. I recognize this village. We've been here before. I think it's safe. Let's go.
Well, I trust you. You've never said anything or shown anything for us to feel otherwise. So let's go.
Never stolen gold or anything shady ever, so...
I'm not even sure why you'd bring that up. He's the last person to steal gold from his own party. We need more people like Asher.
All right.
Thank you. I appreciate the confidence.
You guys continue forward, and the trees thin slowly, as if they're reluctant to let you go. The shadows begin to grow softer and the air warms. And then, without any fanfare, the forest opens, and a village sits in front of you. Simply there, waiting. Do you have visibility here?
No.
I do not.
Hey, do not yet.
Still loading. Oh,
There we
yeah.
go.
There we go.
Oh,
Wow.
yes.
Hell yeah.
Oh, here we are, gentlemen.
Stone cottages rise gently from the earth, their roofs sloped and moss-covered with orange roofs, as if the forest still holds them in its arms. Smoke drifts lazily from chimneys, curling into the sky, and you hear the clink of a blacksmith's hammer, the distant laughter of children, and the slow hush of the wind moving through leaves over rooftops. And you can distinctly smell the scent of baking bread and wood smoke that hangs in the air, sweetened by something floral that you can't quite place. A stream winds to the left side of where you enter, and it's crossed by crooked little bridges, and a half-elf kneels by the water washing something by hand. She gets up, looks at you, offers you a small nod, and then goes back to her work and returns to her little cottage. There's no gate, there's no guards, no noise, just the steady, quiet night. You haven't been here before, but something in you relaxes, like a string pulled too tight for too long has finally been let go. You guys find yourselves right at the entrance in the southern side.
This is so beautiful. Wow.
Hey guys, would anybody like to pull their gold together and buy an inn?
Those are good investments.
Allow me to buy the inn.
Yes, thank you. Orvin can sign up for some crippling debt.
The ROI is perfect.
You guys could easily swindle Orvin to taking on like 18 credit cards. No, it's like free money, bro. Just trust.
Yeah. Or machine parts for free.
We've never actually
your house.
We've never actually explored debt, have we?
Yeah, true. That's a good point. No. Have any of us been in debt?
Me? Never.
In real life, or
no? I mean, in the game.
Hey, Orvin, you wanna buy my crypto? Yeah.
Would you like to buy a few Sharathian tokens?
Right. Enchanto currency.
Fire coin is all the rage.
Guaranteed returns, you say?
Guaranteed.
Mine's called Aether Coin, actually.
Can I go?
Aether Coin, yeah.
Which side of Karlum are we on?
You're right here, just on the southern entrance.
Okay.
Surely you've all heard of Mimi coins, right?
Karlum is actually pretty big.
So it's the village is asleep right now?
Yeah, there's still some activity. There doesn't seem to be too much going on, but there are some notable lights coming up from the peak of the hill there.
Ooh, let's explore that.
Yes, let us.
Here.
Oh,
wow.
Gorgeous.
That's so beautiful. That reminds me of, like,
every time I see it,
a few months ago.
A life past many moons ago.
Man.
It's always in season. It's perfect.
Jeez,
yeah,
man.
Always.
That picture kind of
perma-autumnal.
Yeah.
All right, so then you guys would like to kind of go towards where the light is, from what you can see?
Dude, I wish I could live here. Like, come on.
You can for the small price.
Real estate's bumping.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I recognized a little bit too late into session prep that Marin's home is still labeled. Just pretend it's not there. Marin's gone. It's okay.
What? Let's burn it down.
Maybe it's another Marin.
Yeah, there's a lot of. It's a very common half-elf name, actually. Yeah.
It could be. Hey, maybe it's the same house.
Would you guys like to go see Jaren's home?
Jaren. There's also Darren. Darren's a great guy.
I do hope he's faithful to us on our journey.
You guys make your way up the spindling pathway up to around this sort of mound of which Karlum Village is built upon. And you sort of keep your eyes out for anything that looks interesting or open. And nothing really piques your interest. You pass by Filvaral's Potion Emporium and you make a mental note that you might want to stop by there, but their business hours have long since closed, and you'll have to wait to sunrise to check them out. And you continue on, and you can see that the lights were emanating from the Shining Harpy Inn.
Well, let us
a cobble street
make
sort
way
of
over there.
There's like the dirt path breaks off, and a cobble street surrounds the establishment.
After you, Hank.
Do let us enter.
Oh, all right. I'll go first. Excuse me. I'm gonna try and keep my distance.
All right.
Is he still on fire?
Yeah, am I still?
Yeah, this might be damaging to the locals.
This flaming demon just slams the door open.
Right. Just
Bigger than the door frame.
Just horrifying.
You said cobblestone floors.
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hank,
Well, actually,
peek
after you
inside
guys.
there, and you can see a lively tavern. Oh, sorry, the smoke alarm just went off. I gotta deal with that.
Oh no!
Whoa!
Nora's
Oh,
looking-
great heaven!
Oh.
Did Hank enter the room by chance? It's
No,
quite
I
fitting.
physically.
Top 5 Twitch perfect timing moments.
Yeah.
Hank
That's
walks
all funny.
inside. Smoke alarm.
Right. Yeah, that's actually a great point.
This is Hank greeting the patrons at the bar. With the
That's hella funny.
Those
But he's-
Balrog gifs are so cool. Like, what?
Can you believe that was like what 2000?
Like that's such a terrifying creature, and it's done so well.
The animation
Yeah.
is so good.
Wow.
Timeless.
Yeah. I mean,
I know, dude. It's-
I think
So visceral.
filmmaking peaked with like Peter Jackson and Lord of the Rings.
Maybe, man. I mean, hey, the Prince of Egypt is pretty good too.
Sorry about that, gentlemen.
Yes,
That's peak animation.
that's so good.
Hey, welcome back.
Oh,
All right, we'll pick back
forgot
up.
about that.
Yeah, as you peek inside the window, you see a lively chorus of laughter, and the smell of freshly peeled oranges emanates outside of the building,
Oh.
along with
That's
a
just
dark chocolatey ale. Its smell unmistakable. And you realize that you've had the ale brewed at the Shining Harpy Inn before, but it was imported, and you're right at the source.
That's cool.
Oh.
Wait,
So it
so
sort
that
of
was
lost a bit of its life.
that was just a window right there.
Yes.
I tried entering through that. So
Oh, I'm near Hank.
Whoa,
Do I
whoa,
take
I'm
damage?
out of my
whoa.
ears and I'm in the window.
Do I take fire damage?
All right, you
Didn't
guys
get caught.
can. All right, I'm gonna make you just stay sort of at the doorway, and as you enter here, you see something interesting going on that nobody's noticed you, as all of their attention is on a very familiar character, Haviton Blazingfall, the very dwarf that you were with as
Oh,
you
yeah.
found Lildisa. And you also notice that off sitting alone in the corner is Dorheim.
No way.
And Haviton has the attention of every single person within the tavern. And you listen into the middle of his conversation as he's giving the story. Aye, 5 days it's been. 5 long days since I saw their faces. Brave, foolish, beautiful faces. I owe my life to them. May the gods honor what we never could. We were marching for the Grand Trading Hall. The undead had taken it, and we had Othron steel at our backs, ready to strike. But on the way through the glen, we found her. Or rather, she found us. Lildisa. And as he says Lildisa, all of the proprietors within the tavern go and gasp audibly. And you can see some of the men kind of cross their arms and, yeah, sure, as he's pushing names from children's books as reality. The Fae of Death, the Lady of the Glen, the Widow's Waltz, whatever name you give her, she's a curse on legs and laughter. A creature so fair it burns your mind clean off your skull. I saw her, just a glimpse, enough to feel the joy drip out of my bones and my heart crawl towards her. I would have followed her into oblivion. God is my witness, but they stepped forward. They chose to walk into her web. Or maybe they were just not strong enough to resist her gaze. And then they were gone. I ran, found my way back to camp past shadows and shrieks. It was no good to them dead. I found Dorheim, big dumb Dorheim, and the rest of the troops. We marched that night, broke the gates of the trading hall come dawn. Aye, we reclaimed it. A victory. But I tell you, no dwarf should celebrate that win. Not truly. Not when it was bought with the lives of those fine few. I was beginning to like him. And you can hear Haviton's voice begin to crack.
I'd like to sneak up, just like very, very casually, but without him noticing me.
I'm just trying to get a good glimpse at the nerd neck dragon.
He's at his laptop coding.
He's got a scroll.
Scribbling away.
All right, make a stealth check.
Linux doesn't perform well on parchment.
On parchment. That's funny.
Stealth. Where is stealth? Here we go.
You see, communism works on parchment, but when you... That's silly. That was a funny one, Kevin. Not Kevin. What am I saying?
Unfortunately, as the door opens... What was that, Valen?
I just wanted to, because he failed, I originally wanted to do something, but
Okay.
Yeah. Because he failed, when we enter, can I yell, I want to yell, drinks on Orvin to the whole bar?
Sure. The door opens, and this sorry few comes tumbling through the door, and Valen stands there stalwart and proud. Drinks on Orvin! And Habiton turns around, and his face goes white, as if he'd seen a ghost, and he jumps back. No, it can't be. A mirage. A fake. And the orc runs, no way. I totally knew you guys could make it out of this pickle. Gentlemen, we're going to take a 10-minute break there. We'll see you back at 8:20.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh,
It's an amazing reunition.
Nice.
And welcome back.
Sweet. Here we are.
We pick it back up in the Shining Harpy Inn, where Dorheim just rushed Asher with a large embrace. Says, I totally knew you guys could get yourself out of this pickle.
Big dumb Dorheim.
Asher will be a bit shocked, but then pat Dorheim on the back.
He goes around to each one of you, and he takes Finn's hand and eagerly shakes it, looking up into his eyes. Gives Bobbin a slap on the leg, reverberating a brassen impact throughout over to Valen, and he runs up to Hank and screams. He jumps back, and you can see him holding his bum as he's singed himself.
Oh, poor Dorheim.
There is no
saw
way
it, he's fiery.
because I'm going to crazy prank or something.
I don't know.
Yep,
Yep.
we got you.
You've been pranked, Dorheim.
You guys are such fun tricksters. I always knew you guys were so good at
There's a
the
kid.
yoking. You tell these types of yokes all the time, and sometimes they go over my head, but this yoke was really funny.
Were you doing karaoke in here?
Yes, actually I was, but unfortunately, they said I was no longer allowed to be at the table with grown-ups.
Aw, that's so sad.
Who said
Say
that?
Haverton, actually, if you must know.
You must know.
Kind of rude.
As you call over to him, he's still like staring at you, and you can see that like a thick layer of sweat has begun to bead on his forehead. He's just white as a ghost.
I'd like to take out like a handkerchief from my pocket and like wipe his forehead.
As soon as
You
like,
really thought-
you make like a physical impression on his body, he realizes that you're not a ghost, and you wipe the sweat away. And he, how can it be? How can it be, Lil Disa?
You thought Lil Disa would let you get away so easily.
Oh no! He takes his blade out.
Wait!
Did you tell Dorheim that he was no longer allowed to sing?
He looks at you and he's totally startled and caught out of left field. You should have heard the pipes on that horrible creature. Yes, I did indeed say that.
Well, we have heard the pipes on that wonderful creature, and I don't know what you've heard.
Finn, as you're
But-
saying this, like cutting you off here intentionally, you hear a and you turn behind you, and Dorheim has unfortunately let something go. And you look over, and his knees are shaking and knocking together as you're saying these, as you said, wonderful creature. And he has unfortunately soiled himself out of excitement.
Oh, Dorheim.
Valen, can you get him out of here?
Deacon will sort of like take his hand and try to lead him away to the corner.
Somebody clean him up.
He goes, no, I want to hear what he has to say. I think
Okay.
he
No,
was
it's-
going to say something very important.
It's not just us that's heard those pipes either. Lil Disa has heard those pipes, and we bring word from her.
Habitin, you can see that he's becoming hostile. And he grips his blade. And what has the goddess of death to say to me?
He says that Dorheim actually has a really nice voice.
No way.
Actually, really nice.
And
gonna
even
need-
if you don't think it's good, you have to pretend it's the very best you've ever heard.
There's a check there for you in the chat.
Oh,
No,
Oh.
I'm doing it.
Hero
Hero
point?
point.
No way. That's a high
17
DC.
didn't get it,
if
but-
a 20 failed,
5% odds. Let's see.
that's probably a 25 DC.
5% odds, indeed!
that's awesome.
You can see
Oh, man.
Habitin slowly sheathing his blade. And he kind of, it really is you. And the man with the spectacles, you can see him who's sitting at the table there. He puts them closer
Yeah.
to his eyes and says,
I don't believe it. If they truly encountered Lil Disa, they would be dead.
and the other people start to agree. Yeah. But suddenly, the proprietor of the tavern walks up and looks into your eyes, and she says, "No, look at their eyes. There's something wild in them. There's Fae." She hurriedly steps back, and the man with the spectacles steps a little bit closer.
By the gods, you're right.
The entirety of the tavern sort of takes some steps back. They're obviously intimidated. Inhabitant says,
What the blazes happened? How did you make it out?
and as he asks that, suddenly a rancid stench begins to fill the air.
Oh, good.
Aw,
And-
Dorheim.
Oh, he didn't
Dorheim-
just wet his pants. He like dropped something in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he kind of tugs on Sigrun's arm.
Dorheim, let's go get you cleaned up, my friend.
Did you see that guy over there?
I couldn't help but notice him.
He points to the bald guy here at the bar.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure he just shit his pants. I think so.
I don't doubt that he did, my friend. But you and I, let's go outside for a minute.
Yeah,
and,
totally. It's disgusting. Some people.
It's really ridiculous what people do in places like this, but it's...
Like, seriously?
It's-
You think it's appropriate to just total shit here in the beautiful establishment? that we're in?
Absolutely, and you and I understand that, my friend.
Totally.
As sure as the
You
mountain's
have
roots, I dare
decency.
say.
Find a proper log.
Seriously?
Come
You
along
guys
with me,
see-
friend. Just
You guys
let's go
see
out there.
Bobbin raise a hand up to where his nose would be, and Orphan, "Oh, did someone just shit themselves?"
As Dorheim's walking out the door, Finn wants to turn and be like, "Oh, go warm up those beautiful golden pipes, best friend. We can't wait to hear you when you come back."
I think his pipes are plenty warm.
Yeah, out to do some singing practice, I dare say.
Just smells burnt to Hank. I can't smell anything.
Dorheim's just gonna peer by the window
Have
here,
mercy.
Sigrun, desperately
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to get a peek into into what's going on. The proprietor of the tavern brings out a mop and a bucket and begins to deal with the mess that Dorheim has made on the floor there. And Haviton says, "What happened? How did you get away? Please sit down, sit down." And he ushers you all to take your seats here.
Please, forgive me for taking an opportunity to mess with you. It was perhaps inappropriate of me.
I would likely do the very same. But how are you not destroyed? Your soul's not completely tarnished.
We just said no.
No doesn't mean no in the Fey realm.
Oh, come on.
No, it really doesn't, I'm telling you. I had no choice in the matter. If I would have been right after you, if it wasn't the entirety of you that took our attention away and stole me just but a few moments.
Thanks for blessing.
You see, like, you guys look out the window and you can see Sigrun. And Torheim is sort of dancing, accepting it.
Like a bright golden aura light is just shining.
Got like the good book open. There's just light coming out of it.
I don't really. She went away for a moment, and we were called out.
Called out? By whom?
I'm not entirely sure who he is.
Or even she, for that matter.
They, them, you could say.
Come on.
You could. You could.
Well,
His name is Zayorn.
Zayorn? Never heard of it. You shouldn't trust Fey creatures. They're only out to trick you. Nothing good comes from the Fey. And it's most that don't even believe. If it weren't for that strange, wild twinkle in your eyes, I don't think anyone else would believe you either.
So who's the guy with the glasses?
Yeah.
Some schmuck.
Okay, that's enough for us.
The guy with
has
the
a cult.
glasses
All I need.
suddenly gets up out of his chair and says, "Oh my gosh, what is that?" And you guys look out the window, and you see
What the heck?
an aura. And you see Dorheim just, oh! He falls to his face, and then it is gone.
That's it?
And the guy
man.
with the glasses looks to see Sigrun and Dorheim, who are just glowing from their faces. And he looks back.
Did you all see that?
Nobody saw it.
I didn't see anything.
I think you need to get your glasses checked. I didn't see anything.
I think you're right, he says, and he stumbles out of the door.
You sure you didn't trade them in for beer goggles?
Sigrun, through your prostration, through your bless spell, you were gifted but a glance
So glad.
of the divine.
I'm so honored to hear that. Thank you, my friend. Oh my goodness, that's
What did he look like? Tell us of your vision.
He's outside, he can't hear you.
Right. Me and Dorheim are discussing it.
What was the expression on his face?
I'm sharing the gospel of Dorheim.
Yeah. Write that down. Write that down.
The habitant says, there's some strange folks around here. Don't pay any mind. You probably had too much to drink. But now that you're here, perhaps you might be able to help me with something.
What's that?
Well, I would maybe be interested in a trade. Some credit for this mission that you started and we the dwarves finished.
Oh.
What's credit look like to you?
Glory, honor. I'll say that you fought alongside us. You guys do complete this quest, so congratulations. You can all gain 500 experience points.
Wow, that's a lot.
Hey,
Dang, man.
that puts us at 725.
I'm really glad to hear that.
I looking to the group. Is that not what happened?
Oh, that's 100% what happened. Yeah, no, I mean, lots of undead. We went in there. We, purged them, cleansed the place.
Very
Vicious
well.
fighting.
Well, I'm glad
Vicious.
we're all on the same page. I have something to show you. And it's something that requires more than a singular dwarf to handle. And it could be very dangerous. And you've proven yourselves that you're capable of handling danger. It's just in the back room here, Orvin. Why don't I show you?
He is pulling us?
Orvin taps out. I think I gotta go see. I think I gotta go see Dorheim.
Nice car.
Habitan looks to you and says, please, it's started to get a little bit outside of my own means. And as he says this, suddenly the ground begins to shake. And Habitan's eyes
I don't like it out there.
go wide. I think we have to go now. And he runs out the door.
I don't think you
I
guys want to
agree.
go out there. There's something loud.
But I thought we were having drinks on Orvin.
Yeah.
All right. You continue out of the Shining Harpy Inn. You begin to follow Habitan, who's running at a full sprint at this point after hearing that. And he takes you all the way back to where you came, and then along the Leaf Song River. And he crosses the bridge, and disappears into the trees.
Okay.
And we're following him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very well. Let us do so.
Halfway through the sprint, why didn't we just run through the backyard?
Right. Yeah.
Habitin
It's the snake.
is sprinting and he stops, and a horrifying scene is before you.
Oh, shit.
Oh my
And
goodness.
Habitin loses all color in his face as he realizes that his secret has escaped.
What?
I don't know what to do, he says. I'm open for ideas.
He turns around.
Do you
Okay,
have a
let's
pet?
start. What was that?
What is
Yeah.
this?
A dragon.
Oh, shit.
Why would you do that?
A dragon?
What kind of dragon?
An adult
What age?
red dragon.
How do you have that here?
Dragon?
It's a long story. As you know, the elves, no offense to present company, have been threatening as of late, blaming the killing of Ilvazor on the dwarves. An inconceivable thing, and we don't want war, we want peace, but if war comes to us, we will answer the call. And I thought that perhaps I could give the Blazing Fall family some honor if I were to contribute in a grand way. And so I found an egg. It was years ago, I didn't know what it was, but upon my studies I realized it was a dragon. And for years I've been raising it. I incubated it myself under the forge fires of Othron. And it got a little bit too big to hide. And so I took it out here to Karlum.
Did you get it here?
Well, he was a small chap when I brought him here.
I suppose so. I
Is he friendly to you?
I'm not sure what to say there. He's feisty.
He
Should've
looks a
killed
little
him when you had the
feisty.
chance.
What mortal man or dwarf can divine the mind of a beast?
Not mine, I'll tell you that much. It
My
was
goodness.
a little bit more intelligent than I initially expected.
Did it communicate with you?
I think it tried. It was strange.
My.
Its appetite was unlike anything I've ever seen. First, just little dogs and cats were enough to satiate him, but eventually I had to start stealing livestock. And that was what I was wanting your help for.
Oh, by the fires of Othron. What? And now it's gone.
You hear the roar again echo through the skies, and you can hear wind under great wings piercing through the sky, and then an explosion. And you can hear screams begin to echo through back from where you came.
Great.
Yeah, should we head
You
back?
have unleashed the dragon, and in turn, you're dragging us into this.
May the pride of our kind be cursed. Dwarven. Well, we need to go back there. What can we do?
Yeah.
Maybe he'll respond to you.
We need to... Yeah, that's all we can hope.
I don't know. All right.
This is your responsibility.
I know. All right, blast it. Let's go.
We're gonna dash
goes
off
down.
after him.
Nothing for it.
Whoa!
Oh, what? He crashed.
Have you done this?
You look at the horrible scene in front of you, and you realize what has happened. This dragon, having never experienced flight before, has crash-landed into Karlum village, and around it are strange flame petitioners. Gentlemen, please roll for initiative.
Holy crap.
I turn to Sigrun. Hey, you'd think it'd be instinctual, no? Flight.
You would reckon, wouldn't you?
Hey.
Alrighty, we are going to begin our first combat of the session as soon as the dice disappear. Finn Barnes, you're up first.
You'd think it would have learned how to do that. Cooped up in a cave all its life, I suppose not.
Okay,
Is the petitioner up first?
No, I'll let Finn go first.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good. Neighborly of you.
Fudge. 2. Okay, I am. That's 60 feet. I'm just gonna 10, 15, move to here. 30 feet. Target this. Feasible.
Nice.
Okay. That will be a miss with 4, unfortunately.
Thanks.
You didn't miss by much. Sigrun.
How far off is this gentleman? He is 40 feet. I'm gonna probably just go for the very same thing that my friend did, and go for a divine lance.
Okay.
Wait, sorry. It's been a while.
That will be a hit.
Very good. Automatically damaged, did it?
No, it did
Oh,
not.
I have to do
You
that.
gotta roll
Oh, that's
damage.
just melee, isn't it? Okay.
And that will be 6 damage on the
Very good.
Flame Petitioner.
And for my last move, I'm going to move closer to the center here.
All right.
And that's going to end my turn.
Orvin Nomladak.
Okay, I'm going to stroll over with Bobbin,
Wow.
and then
Super cash.
That's brave of you.
I've just got to select Bobbin here. Then I'm going to strike.
And that will
With the
be a
fist of
critical
power.
hit.
job.
Roll critical damage, Bobbin.
Let's go.
Nice.
With maximum damage.
Good job. Excellent
Bobbin
work.
will just bring his fist down and dissipate the flames as they lick around his brass arms.
Good job, Orvin. And Bobbin.
And then Orvin is going to raise his shield. And end my turn.
Smart.
Okay.
Hey, that's cool. That's a cool animation.
Hank Heavyhorn.
Right. I am going to. Oh. I'm gonna run out. Oops, wrong thing. Pardon me, gentlemen. I'm gonna run out here, carefully avoiding everybody. And then I will run out here again.
Nice.
And
I
that will be
s-
1d4 fire damage.
Oh,
That will be
nice.
4
Oh,
damage immediately, but it will take half as it is immune to fire.
Right. It's a fiery sort of gentleman himself.
And I will strike.
That
But
will
that's
be
a woman.
miss, unfortunately.
Is that the bartender that we spoke to? Look at the pictures there.
I will end my turn.
All right. The next flame partitioner will stride up with a speed of 25.
Okay.
It will take 2 of its actions, targeting Hank Heavyhorn. Ooh, no, it doesn't have a melee.
Oh.
That will
I
have
wonder
to
what it
be
had.
the end of its turn. Not knowing the damage potential, it will run into your flame aura, and it will take 1 damage.
Okay.
Ace.
Oh, sorry, that was you.
No, it's fine. Leave it on.
He doesn't care. Is anybody a doctor?
All right. The next flame petitioner will take its turn, and it will go 75 feet using all 3 of its movements.
Uh-oh.
Valen, you're up.
Okay.
Now we're talking.
Oof. Can't really get around you, Hank.
Oh, it's gonna get hot.
Yeah, it's gonna get hot.
Even bigger than usual. What if you went for the guy in the middle of the chasm there?
Could go for that.
Is that rough terrain?
I mean, it looks a little warm in front of him there.
Suppose so.
Maybe I can. Hold on.
Just a little warm.
Just a little.
Do you have a beer or something? Throw?
I can go here and then end my turn.
Okay. The next petitioner will target Hank Heavyhorn and will strike with a melee cinder attack. And that will be 6 damage. Doing 8,
Honey.
as it does have +2. We'll do another one with map -5. Critically hitting,
Ooh.
Ouch.
and that will be 14 damage.
Look, that looks like our bartender that we had
And
before.
then one more with a map -10 missing. Asher,
In the
you're up.
Dwarven city, right?
That must be crazy. Going nuts or something.
It is
What is
just
Snow
stock
White doing
Pathfinder
out
art. Yeah.
What?
So Asher.
There's like 10 of them.
Okay, yeah, I can make it there. So take 2 actions to move up behind this petitioner here, and then I strike Kukri.
Okay. And that will be a critical hit with a natural 20 Asher Blackthorn.
Good job.
Roll
Nice,
critical
Asher.
damage.
Look at you.
And I should get precision damage on that as well because
Believe
I
so.
have been flanked.
Nice. Very
Alrighty.
good.
Ooh,
Damn.
sneak attack for 22 damage.
How'd you do that?
That will be an instant kill as Asher runs Naruto style behind the flame petitioner. Slices it, dropping it dead.
Oh, did I not? Yeah, because I got the. Yeah. Can I just retcon that as instead of moving, I use my warp step to
Sure, yeah, no problem.
casually step out of the shadows and just.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it wasn't quite Naruto.
No, it's more. It's nothing personal, kid.
All right, this one will use 2 actions of movement to get over near Asher. Will target you and strike with Cinder, missing. And this will be Finn Barnes.
All right.
Barnes.
Targeting that, I will use Spell Strike.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Uh,
too long, didn't read.
Yeah.
Hydraulic Push.
Okay.
I ain't reading all that.
That will be a critical hit with auto damage roll of 15. Beautiful. And that was to whom? This one in the middle?
This one here. Yep.
They will take 15 damage.
All right. In my last action, I'll use Arcane Cascade. And is there any? I'll select Cold. And that'll end my turn.
Beautiful. Sigrun, you're up.
Sweet. I'm going to move 20 feet into this direction, right beside Finn here, and I'm going to target Hank Heavyhorn, and I'm going to cast Heal.
Oh,
Oh.
That, I'm going to cast it with a 2 actions. I hope it'll let me heal versus the living.
It's
Roll
a sick animation
healing.
on Finn.
yeah.
That will be 11 healing, Hank.
Oh,
Dang, that's-
I'm gonna go, really?
Right. That's my turn.
All right.
Okay, with my shield no longer raised. Can I move like that? I remember being able to move like crazy, but is it that crazy?
Probably.
Yes, that is within 1 move action for me.
Dang.
Goodness
gonna-
sakes, that's insane.
Gonna
Good
move
job.
up and again with the fist of bobbin.
Critically hitting
Hey, bro.
again. 2 crits in a
We'll
row.
fix it.
Holy crap, that's amazing.
Running a script on Foundry? Question mark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really wanted to move away from the barbarian role, so I decided to go with an inventor, so
hacker
that
class?
I do something other than running around and just hitting the enemies.
Yes.
Added some extra steps.
And
That's
that will be 12 damage, completely obliterating the flame petitioner.
Good job.
Just clearing these guys.
And I'm gonna raise my shield. I'm gonna raise my
Raise
shield.
your shield. Hank Heavyhorn.
nice. I'm just gonna be staring down at the flame partitioner and I'll strike.
Just get mad too.
And that will be a hit. With 9 damage against the flame petitioner.
Nice.
We're gonna do it again.
That will be a miss, unfortunately. Your blade streaks through the fire. It sort of gaps
Happens.
around.
No, I'm gonna. And one more. Matt, mine is
Nice.
dead.
And that one will be another miss.
do you do?
But I will give you a d4 roll. And it will take 0 damage.
Better than nothing. Oh wait.
Alright, Valen, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna go approach this guy. And go for a strike.
That will be a hit. Roll for damage. Oh, maximum damage. That'll be 16 damage. You see Valen leap elegantly through the flames, charging the petitioner that Asher is engaged with. And it will not kill it quite, but you slice down, and you can see it's beginning to glow less brightly. You have one more action.
Go for another.
That will be another hit. Roll for damage. And that will be 4. Did you use your multiple attack penalty there?
I just clicked the hot bar, like, strike, so I assume not.
Hotbar not. Oh yeah, no. So when you mouse over it, it should say strike plus something, then map underneath it.
Oh, yeah.
Just click the
Sorry.
first map. Try that one more time.
I think it would still be a hit even with the map because he
Okay,
got,
so it's -5 and you
he
hit
hit
by
with a
9. You're right.
19.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that will be a hit still.
Okay.
And that will obliterate the flame petitioner that was engaging Asher Blackthorn. This last one will target Hank and strike. Missing. Once more. Come on! Ah! Okay, Asher, finish this.
He's just such a hard target to
Alright.
hit.
Yeah, he's too nimble.
Asher is gonna run around behind the petitioner here and make a strike. And sure, I've got
That will be a hit. Roll for damage.
nice.
Dealing 9 damage to the petitioner. On death's door.
All right, and I will make one more strike.
And that will be another hit. Roll for damage. And that will end the flame petitioner as you deal 14 damage, slicing it through the neck. And you can all
job,
see
Asher.
his blade protrude through its throat as it gasps.
Dang.
The flame sputters out, and it falls dead.
That's cool.
Is that end of combat?
That is the end of combat.
Okay. I'm gonna get on to Hank here. Hank!
Careful. Don't come too close.
Oh, sir, you're. I don't even care. Whatever.
You can all see
Yeah, you
Lick.
start glowing.
Haviton slowly walk forward towards his dragon. And it's not
Oh, you're
moving.
making it worse.
And he falls to his knees and begins to cry, "No! I grew him from just a little wyvern. Yes, you can, Will.
Sweet.
And suddenly, you can see... You know in Skyrim when you kill a dragon and it kind of turns to ash and black? You can see that the flesh begins to sort of melt off of its bones.
Aww.
And it almost turns to nothing. And in the pile of ash, something moves. And a man steps out of the fire.
That
way.
portrait's crazy.
No.
He brushes himself off and looks to you and says, "My name is Teodos Sangroth. I'm sorry about the damage I've caused. I'm sure we'll be able to find a solution. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on Campaign 2, Episode 8. I hope you had as
No.
much fun as I did."
Dude.
Hell yeah.
I certainly did.
That's right.
What?
The origin story.
So that's what happens if he goes down as a dragon. That's crazy. Do we have the material to form a kite?
Hang on. So, I have a cape, and I have rope.
Yep.
I think we could.
That's so cool. That's a fantastic portrait.
That's badass.
Yeah, I fed
I love that
AI
it's-
the old version of him, what you guys know him as. And so
Oh.
it has the same backpack, the same book, the arrows, the same hat, the same armor, identical, but younger.
I was because it's even the same like angle and
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure like the same pose. That's so cool. Instantly recognizable. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Stream, love you all. We will see you in 2 weeks' time. Thanks for joining.
Bye.
Bye-bye.